Welcome to NAN Villa Weekly Review. The stories. The Federal Executive Council has approved the renewed Hope Nigeria First policy proposed by President Bola Tinubu to prioritize Nigerians in all business activities. Alhaji Mohammed Idris, Minister of Information and National Orientation, announced this after the Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja.
It aims at making government to invest in our people and our industries by changing how government spends money, how we procure, and how also we build our economy.
Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa says the defection of politicians from other parties to the All Progressives Congress (APC) is a reflection of the performance of the party and that of President Bola Tinubu. Sule said this while addressing State House correspondents after a meeting with the president at the Presidential Villa, Abuja.
I think the party is doing well, and for that reason, the president is also doing well. And that is the reason why people are joining.
The federal government has begun the implementation phase of its economic and financial inclusion strategy to improve access to economic opportunities for Nigerians. The Deputy Chief of Staff to the President said this at the inaugural meeting of the Technical Committee of the Presidential Committee on Economic and Financial Inclusion held at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the federal government established an interagency task force to address challenges delaying President Bola Tinubu's approved conditional cash transfers to 15 million vulnerable households.
Beyond having a bank account, it really speaks to providing quality financial services, access to credit, and the visibility that a digital platform will give.
President Bola Tinubu has pledged to address key developmental challenges in Anambra and the Southeast region. During his one-day working visit to Awka, Anambra, he promised to tackle issues such as erosion, the underutilization of gas reserves, and the region's exclusion from the National Rail Master Plan. Tinubu emphasized his commitment to improving road infrastructure and fostering national unity through inclusive development. Speaking at a civic reception at Alex Ekweme Square, the president responded to Governor Chukwuma Soludo's concern about abandoned federal road projects.
I have taken serious note of various challenges facing the state and your request for assistance and partnership. Anambra, as the Goli erosion capital of the world, we do everything to make ecological investment that will remediate it.
The federal government signed a financing agreement for the Value Chain program in northern Nigeria as part of ongoing efforts to revolutionize the nation's agriculture sector. The news agency of Nigeria reports that with the signing of the agreement, the implementation of the $158.15 million Value Chain Program project begins immediately to support agriculture value chain development. It will also support value addition for farmers in 9 states of the northern part of the country.
What has brought us together today is an investment of $158.15 million. By the Fund for Agricultural Development (IPAD), the Agence Française de Développement (AFD), the federal government of Nigeria, and other stakeholders. This reflects President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to prioritizing what matters most: people, productivity, and prosperity.
President Bola Tinubu has called for the strict enforcement of the Child Rights Act and other child protection laws that guarantee the safety, dignity, and future of Nigerian children. Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, made the call at the inauguration of the National Action Plan on Ending Violence Against Children in Nigeria, held at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. He said his administration is strengthening existing institutions and laws and has launched a national campaign to promote awareness and drive behavioral change.
We cannot protect the child by merely reciting the anthems of their struggles or romanticizing their vulnerability. The real hope lies in action, concrete, deliberate action. Our commitment must run deep, reaching into the very architecture of our education and health system. This is the soul of our human capital development strategy.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has admonished Nigerian intending pilgrims for the 2025 Hajj to preserve the country's pride and dignity during their stay in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Shettima gave the admonition at the inauguration of the first batch of intending pilgrims at Sam Mbakwe International Cargo Airport in Owerri, Imo.
The success of this Hajj operation rests on all our shoulders. If any of us falters, whether a logistic officer who overlooks a detail or a pilgrim who forgets the dignity of the flag he carries, the consequences could turn what should be a joyful experience into yet another avoidable catastrophe. We must not let that happen.
Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, said the senators from Kebbi State elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party were sent to the camp to the ruling dictum. Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, said that senators from Kebbi State elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party were set to the camp to the ruling All Progressives Congress. Ganduje said this while addressing State House correspondents after a meeting with President Bola Tinubu at the presidential villa.
They have resolved the 3 senators, PDP senators from Kebbi State, the agreement and the resolution. They are decamping to our great party, the APC. This is a good development, and it is in consonance with what is happening in Nigeria today. Almost every week in the Senate, House of Representatives, you see members of other political parties decamping into our party. So we came here so that Mr. President will bless this resolution.
President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria is ready to partner Qatar to explore opportunities in the agricultural sector. The president said this while receiving a special envoy from the Emir of the State of Qatar at the State House on Friday. Qatar's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs conveyed Amer's strong interest in expanding bilateral cooperations. He said that a high level of Qatari business delegation would visit Nigeria in the coming weeks to explore opportunities in agriculture, food security, and other critical sectors.